Hello and welcome back. Today with Need for Speed Unbound, we are going to be looking at a Rumble playlist build of the the Chevy Colorado ZR2 in A+. So let's take a look. We are going to be using the stock 3.6 liter V6 engine. For parts, we have Elite Induction, Elite ECU, Elite Fuel System, Super Exhaust, Elite Screw Supercharger, the Sport Nitrous, the Elite Off-Road Suspension with Super Brakes, Elite Off-Road Tires, Elite Clutch, the Pro 6-Speed Gearbox, the Elite Differential, and right now I only have Super Nitrous Drift because I don't have enough money to put a second one in. So for the handling, we have 40% grip, steering sensitivity all the way up, downforce 1 to the right, and brake tap for drift entry. This will give us a grand total of 168 miles per hour with a 0 to 60 of 3.4 and a quarter mile of 11.1. So, without further ado, let's go hop into a Rumble playlist race and see how this thing does, because I've not used it yet, so we'll be finding out together. Alright, so here we are in the A+ Rumble races with this Chevy Colorado. Hopefully it performs pretty well. I've only got one other person to race against right now, but I'm hoping this does pretty good. We're about to find out. This thing is huge. I can't even really see in front of me. Off the line, that thing was a rocket, my lord. Alright, it's a little unwieldy to control here. This right here is not one of my favorite races to begin with, but we're gonna find out if this thing can even be worth it or not. And up and over we go. Hi ho, hi ho. And let's see. Alright, we did alright there. We did better than I expected it to coming around there. These trucks don't ever seem to want to turn real well, so I'm always hesitant. Oh my goodness. That was not very nice of that there V-dub to just smack into me like that. Sorry, I'm in a truck. I had to put a little southern accent on. Yeah, this, as far as the A+ races go, not one of my favorites. I've just never liked this race at all because of stuff like I have trouble in those tight areas. And the V-dub went off. I think the only reason I'm going to win, if I win this race, if I could speak, the only reason I'll win is because that V-dub keeps messing up, I think. I'm not sure, because it feels unwieldy. Like I said, it doesn't really want to turn the best. So I'm not the biggest fan of it because of that. But there it actually turned pretty good. When I'm drifting these corners, I'm actually having to use the handbrake because it doesn't want to turn. Like, it doesn't matter it's set to drift tap. It just doesn't want to drift. It's just like, no. I'm going to keep going straight because I'm an understeering little thing. Like, I don't get it at all. I mean, you'd think this thing would drift without a problem, but I mean, I guess it is a truck, but at the same time, come on. It should drift when I tell it to drift, but it just holds on. Wow, that V-dub just messed up. And I just did that mess up there pretty good. Okay. And yeah, every single one of these drifts, I'm tapping the brake and using the handbrake at the same time. Let's try it with just brake tap. Alright, see that? That was just brake tap, and it went out so wide. Alright. Let's see how it does on this next one, which I like a little bit better than this one. Alright, so here we are in the Terrordome, which I like a lot more than the last race. This will give me a better idea on how this thing is actually going to perform and if it's any good or not. Right now I'm kind of on the fence with it. And we're off. Like, off the line, this thing smokes. Like, it's just gone like a rocket. But so far, that's the only part of it I've been able to tell that it's been good at, is going off the line. We have the drift work a little bit in our favor there. Maybe I need to... Oops, I forgot about that ramp. Maybe I need to set it up to be more of a drift build and less grippy. And maybe that would help it, you know, kind of spin more. I'm not sure. That was just a pure hand brake drift. Because when I told it to drift, it said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to keep understeering and going straight. Because why would I do what you tell me to do? Oh, God. And I almost went right into that wall. I mean, honestly, with having to use the handbrake... I forgot about that ramp again. With having to use the handbrake to actually turn it, it's not horrible. It's just not what I prefer. It doesn't respond how I want it to or how I expect it to. So, it kind of throws me a little bit. See, there was no drift there at all. That was just a grip turn. Even though I was telling it to drift. Best laid plans and all that, right? Alright, there we go. And we are gotta remember that ramp is there. Hey, I remembered it that time. As many times as I've run this, you'd think I'd remember it was there by now. Alright, so as far as this race goes, I'm doing much better against the Volkswagen than I did in the last race. So, that just shows how much better I am at this race than the last one. So, this truck, like I said, it just doesn't corner the way I want it to, because I want to drift those corners. It's better on these races. But, I mean, the acceleration's good. The off the line is excellent. I do think my Evo 9 build is probably better than this one, and I'll use the Evo 9 instead of this. I am almost positive of. Unless maybe I tweak the handling and can get this thing to go around the corners a little bit more like I want it to. But yeah, it's not bad. It's a cheap build to make because the car's only like $39,000 and you keep the stock engine. So then all you have to do is throw in the parts. So it's cheaper than buying a car, doing an engine swap, and making a good car that way. So it's a good one to get started with if you already have one of these or you like the trucks or whatever. I think this is a good way to go. But that's going to do it for me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, leave some comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.